What's up, crypto familia? I hope you are having a lovely day today. Oh, let me get off of the screen. Sorry, guys. Super new with this still. I promise I'll get better as time goes on. So, I just wanted to tell you guys, first of all, that it has been an outstanding day. Um, the team had a little meeting today and very effectively worked through some obstacles and managed to pull somebody into our meeting that is super pro because we really are intent on doing all of this correctly in a way that benefits you. But yeah, it was a really, really good day. Enough said about that. You'll find out about it soon enough. Yeah, so anyway, I guess we'll sit here and first of all take a look at some Bitcoin, take a look at some updates on some coins that I'm still waiting for another entry on because I broke one of my first rules, which was listening to an influencer. And yeah, so if I ever attain that title in any sense, one way or the other, just don't listen to a fucking thing I say, okay? Learn TA, trust your own TA, and that's just kind of the bottom line of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so this is what we were looking at earlier. Here's our Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Working out that golden pocket, right? However, took a nice little pump, first of all, starting on May 1st. So that's a good, what, 5 days of a boing, 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 boing. Kind of due for a retrace anyway. Got a nice little vector candle. We know the market always comes back for its money, correct? And then this was kind of pointed out to us a little bit earlier too, but we had to kind of delve into the charts a little bit to figure out exactly what they were talking about. But look, 4 hour underneath the 200, right? That's Ty's magic number. He was the one that showed me that I need to always pay attention to where that's at. Um, Also the 50 is underneath it. Right here, this is the 5 and the 13. Red needs to be under yellow. See, look. It just means that the 13, like the longer term EMA, needs to always be underneath the shorter term in order for us to be able to long. And so there we were for that nice little pump. Went that way, that way, that way. And again, this is the 4 hour chart, guys. We're talking a little bit more like not short term, but maybe closer to midterm, right? Excuse me, excuse me. Um, 5 and 13, right there. Right before this last candle, we literally wicked up. Most of the volume was towards the bottom. So probably just checking to see, what's below there real fast. But look, death cross. So we're looking a little bit like at least a retrace is coming. So we pull fib from bottom to top because when you're starting downtrend, which we have done that too as well, we have a lower low. Hold on, there we go. Right here, there's the first one. There's the second one, a little bit lower. Easily a swing fail pattern, didn't make it close. I mean, that kind of establishes trend, right? So if we want to get an idea of where this might land, pull a fib in your down. If you're in downtrend, you pull that fib from the bottom to the top. If you're an uptrend, you pull it from the top to a bottom, right? And it's downtrend until it's not, and it's uptrend until it's not. All right. Look for those confirmations. So here we are. Here's our 1 point down here to the top of this wick over here. A lot of people will tell you to set this right here. Me, I like to account for the wicks because, again, the market always comes for its money, right? So if you're looking at the fib, if we're officially starting uptrend in a very serious way, it'll bounce right here off this 382, right? Mhm. Given that this vector candle here, look at it lands right at the bottom of it lands right there at the golden pocket, bam. And then 786 is sitting right here just above this little support. So let's see. Take this box, lock it, put it at the bottom of the 786 to the top of the 618. Just like that. Stick a couple of these cool little things on here just so we know exactly what price we're looking at. That's 59,988, so 60,000, which we kind of knew like we need to hold. But does it ever hold those psychological? No, it always dips a little bit before below. So watch. 58,484 is what I'm showing right there at the 786. Now, that is under the assumption that we are at some point going to reverse trend because we did kind of have a nice little one right here, right? Bam. Higher high. Zoom in. So very, very short term, right? We still need to beat this level over here at about 67,000. But at the very least, we have that and we have that. So that's the beginning of an uptrend if we are going to do one. But in order to confirm uptrend, what we have to do next is make a higher low. So that means as long as we don't lose this point, we might legitimately be starting the pump that, we've all been hearing about. But for now, it does look like she does need to take a breather. The other thing we can do real quick too, let's see if we see any divergences here. No, that's normal. Let's zoom out a little bit. See, if we were looking for a bullish divergence, this and this would be different from this and this. But look, they're both slanting, angling the same way. Normal price action, nothing to think. So if this was higher, if the second hump was higher than this one, this was lower, then we could do, okay, it's about time to pump. Another thing to confirm that too is that money flow just starting to go negative, and the VWAP pointed straight down. So we'll see where she lands. She might do that in the next couple of days. All right, let's see. Let's zoom in on some time frames here and see if we see any kind of hopes of a catch. Start with the daily. 12-hour red dot, RSI crossing bullish, VWAP pointing down, money flow getting more negative. Um, VWAP kind of trying, but no, yeah, it can go down a lot farther than that. So it might just reject at zero and come down, or just take another more plummet because that RSI also looks like it has some room to go. Yeah, just starting to. So on market cipher, guys, when you see this, right? In that particular time frame, if this is above zero, if these momentum waves are above zero, you are in uptrend. Okay. If it's underneath and it may not make sense at the time, but trust me, this is something that I did learn through a couple of other people. But if it's underneath this zero line, then you're in downtrend, and that's something, and it matters on all time frames. But already right there, look, just crossing negative on the momentum waves, VWAP flattening out, money flow really thin. Still bottomed out here, but I mean, sometimes these RSIs can stay down for a little while if there's a longer term retrace due, like on the daily right now. Going to the 1 hour. Sometimes I can see so much on these indicators that I forget to actually look at the price, but let's see. I would say this could be a trigger wave for me, but I don't think so just because this is cross bearish and still has room to the downside. Failing the 50, head towards the 200. Yeah, in the shorter terms, of course, are crossed, right? Let's check the 22. Sometimes there's a sweet spot in there. Yeah, see that VWAP's kind of pointed up, but momentum did cross negative recently as well. So, but yeah, there's usually like when I usually find those be on the 22 and the 7, like the different case scenarios. Flattening out on the 15. Oh, look at these. These EMAs are all in the wrong place. Literally opposite of what they need to be, except for the 800. And bam, bam, bam. So yeah, probably gonna fail this level and down for more. And then again, our let's see, let me so Ty, you were right. Literally a full day and a half ahead of time with your 60,000 level. That's what I'm thinking. There's the nice big support that at least short term, maybe she'll head a little bit further down. I don't know. But yeah, to anybody watching, I'll sit here, throw me a coin if you want me to look at it. Um, I don't care if it's high liquidity or low liquidity. Just be aware that like those levels do get respected, but those swings and the possibility for it to break through to like lower levels is a lot higher, or higher for that matter. Right. So, um, what I've been watching for a while, and I totally took a nap today after I got off of work and missed my re-entry in on this, but I still think this has some room to go because just looking at the overall pattern right there, all that to recover. There's that data just catching. Let's see where's that 200 is not showing up anywhere else yet. All right, so let's see. 4 hour wise. I mean, not that I'm expecting this to do anything different from Bitcoin. That's rare. Um, I just think that once this lands, there's some real percentages to be had. So let's take a look. So we're here. Here's our lower trend. We're on the 4 hour chart. I mean, money flow just started to go positive on the 4 hour. So that might mean that like, Bitcoin's going to retrace a little bit, everything's going to retrace a little bit, but that's an indication that this is going to be one of the ones to get a better gain once everything starts to bounce, if that makes sense. Yeah, right, Ty? Let's get this 60K, baby. 58K would be even better. Um, but in terms of in comparison to Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin we was already, losing its money right here. We have a nice it's just getting started. We got point a little bit down, but that's what we're looking at right now, a little bit of a retrace. There's red. Here's trend below. Let me get this out of the way. This sometimes I get a little too zoomed in. But here's trend below. I still have my notification set right there at about 82.82. Let's see. Let's just go back to the 1 hour. Yep, pointing down. I'm thinking I'll get my price again. Thinking I'll get my price again. Um, let's check this 22-minute. Just starting to go negative. Money flow coming out, crossing bearish on the RSI, in a golden pocket. Still above the 200, 200. Let's see, needs to get above the watch. It's going to reject right there. Wait, bearish cross is happening right there too. 22, let's just check the 15 because that's our money. Showing a little bit of catch. What does the 7 say? I mean, below the 200, maybe just get rejected there. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't come down to where you want it to, then, you always have a plan in mind. And sure, you might miss some trades and stuff like that. But if you have a solid plan in mind, it's usually best to stick with it because I got you. Okay, render, I got you. Um, Best to stick with it because it's going to be that one time that you said decide to change your mind that somehow it's just going to go wrong. Me, I'm waiting for. I really want this to come back to this trend line because given that at that point it will have worked out the golden pocket. Let's just say where my notification is and trend goes just to the top of the next one, 14%, 21%, and that's just the next wave. Up here, 40%. You stick a little leverage on that, some change to be made. So there's one I definitely have my eye on. Looks like a Mon, the 1 hour. What's a Mon? MON? Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. This, yeah, yeah. What I like about it is that so far it's holding this newer local support, but I still feel like we're probably coming down to this first. Yeah, it's an M. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Render, render, render. I know I had that on here somewhere, I think. Here it is. All right, let's clear this from what I had before. No drawings. Zoom out here. Ooh, is that the whole history? Wait a minute. There's. Ooh. All-time high was almost $14. So in this case, wait, turn lights off. That, and then we'll do a trend based. I mean, you can't even really do that. Jeez. Well, let's see what it hit then, because that's okay. Um, Look at these healthy candles, man. That's beautiful. I mean, just in that. Let's see. Where's my tool? Dang. We should have been swing trading this. That's 75% on each of those candles. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, so we'll just focus in here. Let's see. All right. First thing we do, say right here. Find some long-term levels for supports. So I'm on the daily. I started this way back. I didn't go all the way down here because it just tightens it up a little bit. But see that little bump right there? That kind of started that whole move that we're looking at. So the cool thing is that no matter what you do, you pull it from the same place, like initially, right? So watch, I'll pull a volume profile and I'll do it right from there, and you'll get a much better picture. Because a lot of people are like, I don't know where to pull stuff from. But there's an impulsive move that begins here, so that's a good place to start it. And then also you just line it up with your, when you do your, watch, I'll just do it right now. Line up your volume profile at the exact same place. Nice, look. Yellow line with, on the golden pocket, higher, the value already high, just short of the 236. But yeah, so watch, this is what I do. I learned this from a bunch of people. Like a lot of people have this exact same process. I'm not trying to even claim that, yeah, this is not my system, trust me. Uh, so again, even if you're, regardless of what kind of fib you're pulling, if you're pulling an extension or retracement one, the box, if you want to use this method, you draw it from the 618 to the 786. Yeah, Luis, we might be getting a little bit lower than that, actually. We were just kind of going over that. Well, we'll get back to Bitcoin in a second. Good work today, gentlemen, by the way. Good shit today. All right, so there's our little long-term support box, right? And so we did a retracement one. Now let's do an extension one, right? Like assuming that we're in uptrend. Yeah, I'll get there in a second. Ty asked me for render. So here's this. Here's a longer term where it could get to, right? So you pull that one from top to bottom. And that's upper resistance. And then you go more internal, right? Which is generally going to be your overall golden pocket. So I think right here, yowza. What does that look like? Is there a divergence? Dang, looking healthy. All right. So at this point, then you'd find the internal ones, right? So probably be the same low. Yeah, I mean that's what it's saying, which means that it's pushing. So I know that seems tight, but a lot of times these things will range for a while inside these boxes, even if they are close like that. But I mean, this looks like it's about to leap like a pepe. Oh, wrong color. Noise. Oh yeah. And then last thing I do, because sometimes it'll give you like other points and kind of tell you another story, right? So pull the volume profile, look, value already low and point of control down here. And normally I'd say that's a bad thing, but this really looks like it's got some other kind of interest in it. It might actually just blast through this. But let me just draw these lines and we'll go back to Bitcoin real fast. That's looking healthy. I'm just saying, be a little bit careful for it to like retrace back to this point of control because it's like a magnet. I would almost wait till like it hit over this value area high and then confirmed over. That would be the safer trade in my head. Render's looking pumpy. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Right on. Yeah, I like the idea too because when we were talking about Photoshop, like those are just things that, as much as we can learn to figure those things out, the better it'll be down the road. Um, so then on render, you're either looking at some shit like this. There's the top of support, there's a point of control. Here's the lower, I mean, it's very likely, unless it blasts through this, is gonna, and then some shit like that. But it just seems like it needs a retrace. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if it makes it technically a higher high right here compared to this spot, it's still looking like it needs a little rest. But let's zoom in real quick on the indicators, and then we'll get to BTC. I hate that drawing tool. I keep forgetting it doesn't auto shut off, so I end up having all these dots all over my screen. Indicators real. My God, it's just indicators wise, 4 hour has some room to come down. Let's go back to daily. Toppy, toppy, starting to come down, starting to come down. Could easily just consolidate a little bit here at the bottom of the RSI. Money flow's looking decent. That's technically a bearish divergence because price is going up and this is going down, but usually you want like two different waves for that to like really be a deal. Let's see if it shows up shorter term. Yeah, there's a good example of it because what was it right here, which would equal up with this. That's up, that's down. So yeah, probably looking to take a little breather. That doesn't look like anybody is like intentionally buying a shitload of render. It just looks like it's in that part of its little cycle. All right, back to the Godfather. Let's see. So yeah, what we were looking at, Luis, was this. This was the main thing, and this is 4 hour chart. Ty's golden rule, right? 200 is the most important. First of all, like has this candle wick straight up to it and got rejected. Very little volume, and most of it's already towards the bottom at least, closer to the bottom at least. Uh, on that particular length, right? But not much volume there. So under the 200, that's happening. We got a lower high, and then these are short term. This is the 5 and the 13 EMA, but we're also on the 4 hour chart. So this means a little bit more long term kind of stuff. But there's the death cross, red under yellow. So this is 13 under 5. 5 gets underneath that, and it's just starting to, and that's on the 4 hour. So that's implying a little bit more than just a quick little retrace. So then we pull the fib, right? A retracement went from here to here, and that landed us in this box. And the thing is, okay, yeah. And the other point was this. is that when you zoom out a little bit, let me take this off because this is a short term. But right here, we technically did make a higher high, right? And the point is that we're in downtrend. We're in downtrend right now. Overall, like, this huge horrible thing that we've been looking at forever. But right here, we're making a higher high and a good confirmation that at the very least we're in a short term to maybe even midterm uptrend, maybe up to like 67,000. I mean, we saw that one what like a week or two ago. Um, this box right here, this support box right here. Oh, and this is also the value area low on long term, this green line right here. So that starts at 61.7, which I think that's what you were saying about, right? And then top of this box right here. Shoot. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Spectrum sucks. Anyway, um, yeah, so if we were reversing here, at least for like temporarily, it's very feasible. This is a feasible target where it doesn't put us in a longer term downtrend, right? But you always wait for the reaction first. So, but it's definitely looking a little bit like a decent amount of. I mean, if you short from here, and I'm not giving anybody financial advice, but from here to just like keeping uptrend, 8%. But let's see if we're looking at any kind of clump evidence here. Again, divergences, this is something I learned through Alex too, is that divergences are like something when you're looking for a big move, look for divergences first. Otherwise, you're trading into like weirdo action. You know what I mean? Oh, see, here's a great example of it. Look, nice and rounded. That was going down. So it kind of caught here for a minute. It's only the 15 minute, but gave us this little. But if you look at this, a little bit of a divergence there, but it does money flow is negative. It does like on a overall, we might bleed a little bit to the side for a second before we drop. And as we all know, this shit takes its time sometimes. Yeah, I mean, there's some hope right there that we're in a little bit of an uptrend. We're just waiting to see where this lands, and it very well could just there's at least like the thickest support that we have short term, about 59.5. Y'all cut up, Luis. Luis is like, I just 100x shorted that shit. I don't hesitate. Let's see, what else were we kind of keeping track of? Caspa. That was what it was. See if it's doing anything. So yeah, I guess we can just kind of let's go over it real fast because if we are taking a little bit of a retrace here that could last, let me check, let me check, let me check. VWAP pointing up on the 4 hour. Yes, yes it is. But let's see, let's super zoom in on this shit. And this may seem like really small details, but this is, all the people that use Market Cyber, this is something kind of hammer. But what we do have some hope here, right? That this money flow, it's sort of it's trending up, all right? VWAP, I wouldn't say that it's pointing up and it's kind of like angling down. And then this momentum is just crossing negative. Momentum is a later like indicator. See how it kind of lagged after this? VWAP's always going to be your leading. Your money flow is going to give you a better idea of what's going to happen next, or what you know what I mean, whether it's going to stay in that. But look, we're already crossing negative in terms of trend. Remember when I said that when we're negative here, that we're technically in downtrend? That's just starting on the 4 hour with the VWAP flattening out. If we were getting a strong push here, this would be, I mean, let me see if I can find a better example. it would be angled like that, just feel me? And then for looking, then you just go shorter term and see what those are looking at. Look, 1 hour pointing down, maybe not like severely, but it's pointing down. 15 minute confirmed over, like it's over top, but a lot of times though, it literally just it's just retesting it, just like price action or anything else. It's just retesting it. So given that money flow is negative, see there's our leading indicator too is money flow is negative, doesn't really have any way pointing up. That's likely just going to kind of and then continue down. But we do have a green dot there, so it looks like it's trying at least, right? Yeah, see there's and then we go to 7 minute. Let's see how that looks. Pointing tapped out. This is first standard deviation tie. Remember we were talking about? There's the second one. Rarely goes outside of that. Money flow negative. Our side's just pointing down. This, I mean, that's still looking like it go up. This, and again, look, it's the angle of it is not, it's not strong. It's just kind of 1 minute, about to retrace. Shit, let's see where we at. Hmm, this might be it right here. Look, downtrend on the RSI right there. Yeah. Look out below. About to lose money flow here too, the red dot. We'll see where it lands. But she's due for a break. All right. Let's see. Did he not? Check where this is at. Pepe. Yeah, look. Good down here, damn it. Once that bounce is gonna do good. So I still got my alert set right there in the middle, waiting for that price. And see, look, this is the fake out breakout, right? Right at that support box that I drew, literally curved in there. That's dead cat bounce, which there are some people that tell you right after this is what you look for if it hasn't already taken the second dip. Dead cat bounce. And probably like if you measure that out, I bet you it rejected at the 3 too. Watch. Wait, let me think about this for a sec. Would have to. So it'd be to this wick low before. Yeah, look at that. I mean, dead cat bounces will go all the way up to the 786, but it didn't even get past the 382. Yes, please hit the likes and subscribes, guys. So Pepe looking like we're gonna get a good entry right there at the POC at support too. I mean, unless Bitcoin really dumps down to what's the next level down, like 48 to 51, that's probably where it's gonna happen. Bam. And then the thing is just to reiterate, which would also finish out the inverse head and shoulders, right? But we're in upper part of liquidity after that. We're in price discovery, y'all. Pepe looking froggy. Where's this? Did we mark out the 1618? No. Damn. Oh yeah, we did. So from here, 1511. Let's just go from point of control to that. And that's just first extension. When things pop off like that, that 1618 is like usually the first target. There's a 2618 and a 3618 that it goes to. That's almost 100%, y'all. And Pepe is like the new version of the OG meme coins. Yeah. Like even before Bonk and Whiff. Whiff. All right. So yeah, I got my eye on Pepe for sure. So where's this baby at? Yeah, a little pump since yesterday. Just like anything else, but a decent one. I mean, kind of in the same pattern. If this is inverse head and shoulders, man, if we get this, oh yeah, I had it at 132. That'd be a nice price for solo. Stack your soul, guys. Um, I don't want a TA ton. I don't like its association to Telegram. So bye bye. Bye bye now. All right, let's see. Gummies. Any divergences or anything? Yeah, just working out this triangle. But I still feel like Gummy's gonna have a good week. Yeah, it's not. It's showing some relative strength for sure. I think Gummy's gonna have a decent week later on in the week, just due to all the new shit going on. All right, let's see. Adam, which has been showing some really nice strength lately, but oh yeah, I had this trend line here. Oh no, that's it right there, yeah. It's kind of a rounded top there. Let's see, and then what we could do just to get a short-term level, which is probably going to be this value area lower, a little bit lower. But assume everything's taking a retrace, right? But yeah, towards the bottom of this box somewhere. Let me lower my notification. I can get a better price than that. There we go. Mm-hmm. ONT. Oh, I drew this a while back. Let's see how this is doing. Yeah, upper channel here. Um, Price action compared to market cipher looks fairly normal. 'Cause this is a higher high than this is, which is matches up with price. And then lower. Yeah, that's not done yet, so let's zoom in a little bit. When it starts to do this, when it like you're getting a is it? Let's see. Dun dun dun. You should do it. Now it's a pretty bullish looking flag though. Getting her grind on. Now let's just see what these shorter terms get over the 200. That'd be a good sign too. Let's see. So let's do a 1 minute chart Fibonacci experiment. Okay. What was that? Oh, you have the hiccups, Papa? You need to chew your food, dude. My cat literally just like puts the crunchy food in his mouth and just like tosses it back. I have to like break it up for him. Yeah, all right. So we're on a 1 minute chart, tracking Bitcoin. And let's mark out some levels here. Top of this box, 63, 5, 11, 58. The real golden pocket, guys, is not this entire thing, okay? Like if I was technically to just be drawing, this is something that a lot of people get confused on too. The real golden pocket is only the 618 to the 65. So that's technically the golden pocket. But a lot of people include this area up to the 768 because that's like it's most of the time it's not getting past this. Let's see, we did get a little bit of a reaction in there and then it dropped and then it passed back through it. I mean, that's a very, very important level. But when you see like Alex, so when he draws in, I'm really glad that he does it this way too, because it actually helped me out a lot. Because I was like, this is too thin of an area most of the time for me to be like, okay, this, make a decision on a trade. But including that 786, if it gets past here, it usually gets pretty close to that 786 before it starts to come down. And if it gets past that, we're likely going to beat one. Like, in other words, make a new high compared to where our measuring point was. What I was taught was that you always start where the impulsive move started, and that's it right there. That's when I stepped away for coffee for like 3 minutes, and I came back and it was like 5 minutes, but still, look at that. And then let's see, looking a little retracey there. Look at this. And so we're gonna hopefully prove that TA works on any time frame, right? But look, that's angled up, that's angled down. That's bearish divergence. That's indicative of us taking, probably losing this level right here first. And the 1 minute is already begun to retrace. 3 minute toppy, 5 minute toppy, 6 minute. Yeah. That's why when he shorted earlier, I was like, wait a minute, like you probably get a better price, but what do we know, right? But I get it. He sees like a retrace happening over the next 24 hours. I just feel like he could have sniped that a little bit better. All right, yeah, so let's watch this shit. See what happens. Drink some coffee. What do you mean? What do you mean, nice find? You're the one that found it. So here's these super short terms, right? Fighting it out between those two levels. Watch. I bet you if we turn on the Bollinger Bands, it's going to be constricted right there somehow. Watch. Nope, way off. I haven't used these in a long time. Oh, that's like a really wide spread. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a little scary how like big a 1 minute bear div like that will actually play out. Yeah, I wonder, I'm guessing. 64074. I need to configure this again. I haven't used this in a long time, but it looks like it's about to get rejected off of midpoint because that's blue. Yeah, okay. So this light blue line is actually part because my EMAs are still in there. Also, let me shut up this. There we go. There we go. So let's even, this is midpoint. And it's just kind of like, you could almost equate this to using volume profiles, right? Like there's value area high, value area low, here's point of control. Lines up with the golden pocket. Pre-influence. It's a 10-minute. Zoom in. That's what it is. Yeah, see, that's starting to constrict a little bit. At midpoint. It's flashing. That's what we were talking about, remember? Remember that game, green light, red light? Ty, you're old enough to remember that one. I don't know if Luis knows what I'm talking about, but that's how I feel like red light, green light. Like when we had to use our imagination to have fun and play games. Look at that. Eee. I got hammered. That candle that was flashing got hammered. And then it was like, what else do we have? We had Simon Says, Red Rover. Uh, I mean, do they even play dodgeball with like the same balls? Remember those things? Jesus. When I worked at that middle school for a while, like yeah, they had these little soft things. I was like, you kids, you don't know the dangers we were in on the playground back in the day. Is this flattening out? Look, it's not even wiki. Is my computer frozen? Nope. Look at that. There's nothing. Yeah, let's do this. Literally like on 3 cent swings right now. Got that. Dang. Flat line. There it is. Something. All right, let's get our emails back on. Oh yeah, let's check smart money. I always forget to check smart money. Yeah, there it is. See, look where they overlap right there is exactly that's where I would have like kept uptrend. They overlap. Not bad, not bad. Guess I should probably throw a trend line on there. Right here, just to see. What is money though? S- Still negative, yeah. See, that's what's interesting about the woman is that you guys definitely know, but there's a lot of people who'll see this green money flow and just like go crazy with it. But that's just up and down on a 1 minute scale. Let's try something here too. I mean, either way you slice it, it's got a level to come down to, right? Yeah. I mean, if you pull this from here, it's way down here. Yeah, that's two rejections right now at the 200 on that 1 minute. Yeah, same here, Ty. I'm with you on that. I mean, and this is actually the golden, it's like it's not even it doesn't even look like it's going to get to the 768. It's still just technically an actual golden pocket right here. Maybe just above it. Yeah, see. And then where's it at in comparison to on the 15? Yeah, it's just underneath it, right? Yeah. And looking to reject here. Let's see how that divergence is looking. Yeah, look, it's happening again too. This is the second one. Now, this one is sloping up. That one's kind of sloping down or flattening out, right? Oh yeah, look. It's light, but there are people who talk about like waiting for the third divergence to form because that's when you get the real move. There's one guy who calls it a triple tap, or it's gonna do that. Huh. But yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about right there, right? Wait for that third divergence to form because that's when the real move happens. Because we've got one so far. And this, I mean, if it tops out there, that's still flat. And this is up. That would mean that if in other words, if the 50 gets over the 200, that means that we have some pump to go. But it still all has to beat the 800 because that's our longest term, and it's still above. Did I answer your question? Yeah, that's not gonna diverge. Call that because it looked like it was sloping a little bit. Cool, 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 cool. To me, this looks like at least a retest of the 800, maybe, which would line up right at the top of this box. So, but everything else is looking toppy. Look, even the short terms. 15 looks like it might get rejected at the midline on RSI. Sorry if that's not visible enough. Right there. See how that blue line's already starting to come down? It's a bear's cross if it happens. There, midline. Dead cat bounce. Telling you. Stress would be clowning us right now if he was here. You guys staring at a 1 minute chart. What's wrong with you? So let's take a look at a couple more charts while we're waiting that to happen. Let's look at Link for Luis. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to go back to ONT too. But let's see. It's normal. No divergences on the 4 hour. Usually needs to like at least come back and work out some of the rest of this bottom part of the wedge like that. But I mean, it came to this is technically a symmetrical triangle, even though it doesn't quite look like it. And usually symmetrical triangles are a continuation pattern. So this came to that wedge in an uptrend. So the probability is that it's going to, once it breaks, head to the upside. I imagine Link has already worked its liquidity out in his past. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Wow, look at this. That's a flatlined bear market. That's pretty solid. Like usually it'll, most of them look like this. That was just people not letting it get lower than that level. That's badass. Probably the advantage of having institutional money behind your crypto, right, fellas? Wink, wink. That's the monthly. So let's just zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, we looked at that 4 hour, right? Look at that. See, ooh, that's nice. See these three dots right here? How it just kind of grinded out this bottom through 1, 2, 3, and this was actually going down. There's the triple tap right there. Boom. And now look, So this is the pattern that most of the market is in, right? There's this high right here that like we were looking at it last night on ETH and it wasn't even quite getting over this, which was bad. Look how far Link got over that particular point. That's a sign of strength right there. Then again, Link does what Link wants. Yeah. 1 hour, bottomed out. I mean, again, it's gonna do the same thing that Bitcoin does. It's just, how much of it. I would say, oh, here we go. Get to pull it short term. Pull a fib, yeah? Pull a fib. Calling out the absolute banger. Let's see. 13 cents. You know what? I'm gonna put an alert here. Put it right. So, no, no, no. All right. Right here. And a note saying might be able to get bottom trend line or value area low. Bottom of trend would be right here, value area low right here. Pretty similar levels, but this, yeah, obviously a little bit better price than this. We're squeezing percentages out of the market, y'all. Trying to skim as much cream as we possibly can in one take. Right. But in the meantime, looking like it's due for a retrace because here we go. There's the beginning of downtrend, right? Not that it's going to take a huge one, but it also kind of like helps us know that Bitcoin's good. We see it in just about every chart, right? They're all kind of like looking towards a retrace, which is good confirmation that's probably happening with. Because like we were talking about earlier, Ty, like if Bitcoin was really about to do something, we would see this stuff pumping at the same time, like in an unusual way. It was a nice little green though. So moment in time. Let's see where she's at right now. There we go. See, look, it's already this. I know it's a 1 minute chart, but there's a little bit of a downtrend already beginning. It's already beating. Let's see. Watch. Here we go. Let's have some fun with this shit. Science. There. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minute fib. Fib within a fib within a fib. Probably within another fib. Did you get rid of your hiccups? You feeling better? Let's watch this play out for a second. Actually, I'm gonna go have a cigarette real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Need your love when we stand. Do we share a special thing in common? Yeah, the other part of that too is that 382, that's a bounce level. See, if it fails that, but either way, that's a break of structure right there to the downside. I know it's a 1 minute chart, but still, that's the first indication of downtrend right there. Here's a flat, like another flat one. Row. But yeah, I guess I might as well pitch some stuff real quick, right? I guess the only thing, like, if anybody happens to watch this outside of our team at any point, especially in the very near future, we are definitely looking for a good dev. Um, from what I understand, from Ty, who is the expert on all of this, it's not difficult in terms of what we need initially, and that he can explain the process to you and exactly what we need. So yeah, if there's anybody who happens to see this that's a dev that wants to get in, hey, and if you caught the beginning of the stream, we really did have a good meeting today about some things that we've been planning, doing, and made some progress. I mean, just from here, from Saturday to today, you know what I mean? Within just a few days, like 2 or 3 days, like we've come up with 2 days. We've come up with some really, really solid plans. We think we have a really good idea on board. And I'll just leave it at that. But hit us up, man. Hit us up if you're looking for something to get involved with. Like, we're just getting started. Bro, there's that death cross on the short terms. Look, right there. That's where it goes. And then, oh, and I meant to mention to you the other day we were talking about fibs. 236 and 382 tends to be like a range. Like it'll bounce around in there before it makes its next move. We'll see what happens here, though. We might be in an aggressive, like, again, we're only on the 1 minute. Yeah, see, look at that. Bam. All right, so let's see. We'll wait for, let's see if everything crosses bearish here, and then we'll move up to the 3 minute. Like, oh, here we go. Yeah. Dump it, baby. Dump it. Take that reverse leap. Already failing zero. Thank you, Ty. Thank you. Join our Discord, guys. Got some good people in there. Not a ton of them, but they know what they're doing on multiple levels. We have big plans for our Discord. We were actually just talking about that today. And we've got a few other projects, but in the meantime, we are gonna work slowly on that Discord and find some fun things to do in there, some things that'll like, just starting like a price bot for one, so that way you just always have access to prices. We just realized today you can like play poker and shoot at each other in games that they already have set up. But that Discord's a very, very safe place at all. Like, yeah, there's nobody in there spreading any toxicity. Like, we're like, I don't know if you see the first video, you'll see that our primary mission is to maintain a positive environment where people are not only afraid to ask questions but be wrong. And then it's hard for a lot of people to admit that, especially in this space, because there's just people who could be real jerks about it. That's all there is to it. So we're not having that in ours. Kind of want to adjust this fit, but I want to see how it reacts here. But legit, we really do feel like we have a really good idea for our first project. And then what we have planned in terms of overall stuff, like I'm just saying, getting in early, probably your best bet. Like, yes, we hear this from crypto people all of the time. They're full of shit. Don't sleep on us, y'all. Don't sleep on us. Yeah, that's lower low. Let's see where this. Again, like, no matter what we decide to attempt and try, first of all, like, the whole point is to educate anybody who's paying attention. But at the very heart, we love trading. We actually all kind of realize that we've been hyper focused on projects lately that a couple have actually just like went and found a trade real quick and got in and out just because we kind of missed it. We really do love to do that stuff. So, we're there to learn with you all. We're there to learn with you all. Learn from you, first of all, you know what I mean? But as much knowledge as we can all impart to each other, the better. We go parabolic as a community. Exactly, Ty, exactly. Well, I mean, ultimately, our success as a business is like word of mouth, right? So somebody who happened to make a nice chunk of money off of a project that we threw out there, sitting at the water cooler the next day, you know what I mean? Having that talk, like, and there's some of the ideas that we have is going to kind of make it really easy for people, you know what I mean? Stuff, and I know we're in a space that's innovative all the time, but I'm telling you, my boy Ty just has some ideas. So stay tuned. Boom. See, 382 again. Remember we were talking about like as soon as you see trend, draw it. Look at where it rejected it. We drew it as soon as we could have drawn it exactly there. I know I drew it a little bit later, but look right back to trend and down. Right at the 382 and down. Call that the cream fluence. We're gonna call it that corny ass name. I'm down for it. And trust me, this late night stuff, like uh, these are gonna get longer and longer and longer. The more people we have in here, the longer these are gonna get. We'll be up all night at some point. Right? And then sometimes, let's see, either there's just gonna be an adjustment of trend or it's legitimately gonna push. Plus, it all just kind of sounds fun. You know what I mean? Seems like every time we sit down and like brainstorm for ideas, like it's a very short period of time before we're all cracking up at some of the shit that comes to our head. Is there, you know what? Let me pull up the liquidation hit map. I haven't looked at that for a while. I need to find a better, I think you linked one. I need to bookmark it, but because this one, like at the very 12 hour, see, that's a 12 hour. I mean, on the 12 hour, we're dealing, there's just nobody trying anything right there. And then at this point, there's longs at 62.6, 62.3, and then shorts all the way up at 64.5. Yeah, they just came for this range. Look at that, wiped out 12-hour wise. Ruthless, these people, ruthless. All right, so this is already looking a little bit like an adjustment trend until it isn't. And on fibs, y'all, like, okay, so I could probably, yeah, I might as well adjust this. I know I lost what I was about to say. Damn you, HDG. Yeah, right. So now we have the five testing the 200. Oh, and lock your fibs, y'all. It's actually a hashtag. Lock your fibs, fool. It's the most annoying thing ever. There we go. Can get rid of that now. I guess it's time for a little bit of sideways consolidation, right? I take it a little while to fail. So we pretty much know where these levels are at. We'll stick those right there. Get rid of the rest of this. It's a 15-minute looking like. VWAP still coming down. 1 hour. Still needs to get over zero, even though it's pointing up right now. Like that's downtrend. Looking a little trigger wavy here, but I don't see any divergences. See this low matches up here, and there's your next point up right there. That's normal. 4 hour. We've already looked at this a few times. 4 hours looking to catch, so it's not anytime real soon. Maybe that's why old boy was short until tomorrow night, because that would make sense. Yeah, it's to come down. So 15 down, might reject it midline. Don't be. Just getting started, just getting started. Oh, we're below the 50 on 1 minute now. Looking like it's gonna come back down soon. So we're looking break this, right? Break break that. That looked big when we were zooming in on it, but even just going to the 7 minutes, just kind of getting started. You can do it, Bitcoin. Waiting for one more cross right there between the is it the 15 or the 13 and the 50. I keep forgetting exactly which one that is. 13. And then everything is in place for a nasty short, at least 1 minute wise. Fail it. Fail it. I have a feeling we're gonna like make people mad by like cheering dumps on. Most people don't like to listen to that. Yep, yep. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Into the 3 minute. Watch the EMA spell there. Dang, that's already happened, son. 5 minute. 5 minute has some room because now we just need to wait. This 800 is right here. 50 is already under the 200. Short terms are under everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Mhm. That's trend for now. Actually, we'll go from here to here. 200 on the 5 minutes, so way up here though. I mean, in order for get that to get down to the below the 800, maybe that's why. Maybe that's confirmation that we're actually gonna make a higher low here. To figure out the music situation on this channel soon too. I'd like to blast my jams, but I'm pretty sure you get copyright strikes for that, and I just don't want that. Plus, I'm a little weary of the music selection. Or maybe I'll just sing and rap like a lot of them do. So I was like, nope. So let's see. One, two, third wave. I mean, one, two. So if the third wave's the biggest one, and I mean, it really does look like it's just getting started, right? Yeah, we'll get there, Ty. We'll get there. I've also been neglecting that side of my life just a little bit lately because of this, which I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, let me let me jump on that back on that soon. But I mean, eventually, I think it'd be cool to like write a theme song for our channel and anything else too. But no, Kenny, you better not be talking about Kenny G. No, 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 bro, no, no, no. You got me fucked up, son. I have a funny story about Kenny G actually. It was an interaction I had with his wife when I worked in Malibu, California. I used to manage and do books for mailboxes, etc. out there, and so there was like all kinds of actors and actresses and rock stars and stuff, and um, his wife came in and like asked me to. No, no, I can't stand Kenny G's music, bro. It drives me fucking crazy. But she came in and like basically her job that she wanted was gonna cost like $3,000, $4,000 in color copies, right? And like I wasn't the one who took the order, and the person who took it didn't really like calculate that in their head. It would have been obvious to me, right? But like, so I did most of it, right? Um, but I stopped and I was like, I'm gonna stop here just because like I'm gonna probably have to give her a discount, and like because my employee had not explained to her like the potential cost of it. And so first of all, I didn't know that she needed it like that night. and like I didn't have more time if I didn't finish it that at right then and there. And so she comes in and I explain it to her and she flips out on me, bro. Like just starts screaming at me and like even had the nerve to be like, well, money is no issue here, like making this huge Karen rich ass deal about it. Like, yeah, yeah. And the thing is that, nobody likes to be yelled at, but because it was Kenny G's wife, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking glad that happened. I fucking hate his music. Fuck you and your husband. All right, it's a little too severe, but you know what I'm saying. His music is corny, bro, and I'm sorry. Ugh. Kenny Pablo G, bro. Come on. How about like Pablo Davis or something like that? That would be better. Yeah, well, yeah. The more I'll tell you those stories from Malibu, man. We got to meet some really cool famous people though. Like I think my favorite out of all of them was Dick Van Dyke. What was cool about him was that like how he is in the movies. He's just always kind of like he doesn't quite just walk silently. Like he's always just kind of like singing and dancing at the same time, even if he's not. Like he's like that. Like he walks in, he's like kind of strolling, like he has a cane in his hand from Mary Poppins, and like humming a tune, and super nice man, and like. And then what I ended up finding out recently too about him was that he had this. Yeah, thank you. I'll take Miles. Um, but he had this wife that she was just, man, the most, she was very unpleasant to deal with. Let's just say that. And she was not in good health, a little bit on the obese side, and couldn't even really stand up for a long time. It's just really rude human being. And I'm not sure exactly what happened to Michelle, but I think it was like a year or two ago that I read an article where he had found himself like a younger, hotter, like a super. I don't know how younger she was, but he's like 80 or 90 years old, so like maybe like in her 50s or 60s. But she was like super attractive woman, and he looked super happy, and I was like, hell yeah, I could and he loved that woman. Like I'm sure he knew, you know what I mean? But no, he was the real deal with her. But um. Who else? Carrie Elwes. I don't know if you've ever seen The Princess Bride. I know that's probably not up your alley necessarily, but that's a pretty famous movie. Super nice guy. What else was he in? He was in Liar Liar. I don't know if you saw that movie with Jim Carrey where he's the lawyer and he has to tell the truth. Um, but Carrie Elwes was the soon-to-be stepdad in that movie. But he was super nice too. He was in Robin Hood Men in Tights too. It was a funny movie. Um, yes, please. Linda Hamilton from Terminator. She was cool. I'll tell you those stories in private. Nothing dirty or anything, but she was cool on a level I don't want to like put her out there. And yeah, I'll tell you about that later. But yeah, that was a cool place to work at. It was plus our crew was fun as fuck. I think we even lost Louise. I think it's just you and me in here, bro. It's all right. We're putting content out for you. There will be a day when you come back and back test our methods. Oh, oh. All right, so let's. Yep. No, legit. That incident where I got out of that trade I was talking about earlier, that even just reinforced like I will literally take a look at it. Um, anything, I don't care. If I have to jump on deck screener, is there cool? Say hi, whoever it is. It's probably Luis. Like he's just asleep or something. I forgot to Oh yeah, two concurrent viewers. Nice. Yeah, that short ain't looking so good now, is it? The one we saw that guy take earlier. All right, so now what we do, right? Because we've already beat where we pulled the Fibonacci from. We adjust. Take our box. Dang. Actually, to tighten it up, no, it's already beat the 786 there too, and it's right there. Yep. You see, that's why we zoomed out and took the fib from here. Literally, like, got rejected so far with the wick, with those wicks that Luis catches with limit orders. Yeah, yeah. So far, anyway. Let's see. Ty, you gonna be up for a bit? So I'm thinking, give this like another 15 minutes tops. Maybe jump in Discord. I. That's the other thing, y'all. If you're in our part of the world looking for some night owl folks to hang out with, you found them for sure. And after this, hmm. Oh, instead of the 15 getting rejected at the midline, it pushed past it. Does that look like a wick on a 15? Kinda. Double top so far. Right at the top too. Yeah. Bam, bam. And let me just reiterate that your garden is beautiful. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this live stream. If there is somebody else in here, we wanted to thank you very much for joining us tonight. This is something that, yeah, we'll be doing this all the time. But joining us on our Discord, I think I left some links to our Twitter page and all that stuff. Um, but anybody who sees this and come join us. Like we plan to have a lot of fun. We have a lot of cool things planned. We have a really good, solid core of people together, and need a few more elements before we got it covered for now. I'm just saying, if looking for some pros, looking for something to do that full of people. Like we've gotten a lot done in the past couple of days, and so hit us up, hit us up. But yeah, good night, y'all. I'm Pablo Chuco. That's Ty Malone. Um, Luis and Stress, I don't think are here, but we are Skim the Cream Crypto. We have a Twitter page. We have some more stuff coming out too. But give us a like and a subscribe here. Turn on your notifications, and hopefully we'll get to meet you all very soon. Have a great night, y'all.